All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of the Kiss United podcast. Leo tuko na Omwami. You guys flown in for this episode, manze. You guys all the way from the United States, you guys. You guys karibu bana. You guys lakini wewe ukaribishwe hapa. Wewe ni member hapa hivi.
Mimi ni member.
Yeah, bana.
Spaces X mzee.
But these spaces X. I've been doing too many things.
Naweza get bidhaa kama hiyo ni yake hapa.
Oh, you're feeling exposed, eh?
Nasikia tu ni kama
acha nikutafutie. Hold on.
Iza Joe. Utaedit hata kama inaendanga kuenda tu.
Acha tutaona wenye inakaa. Watu waone mazo. Hii podcast ni real, you guys.
Real. Ile akina wakadinali inaitwa real
bado iko?
Hata sijui.
Kama ili dedi. Niliona ilifika point walianza kuongea kizungu. Uliona?
Si mimi naisikia kwako.
Bana, walianza kuongea kizungu mbaya hapo hivyo bana. Walileta dem fulani hapo ako na accent mbaya.
Wallahi.
Bana.
Nafaa niende ni wa check out.
Hiyo lakini views zilikuwa zimeanza kudip. Sustaining a podcast ni job, you guys.
Nilianza podcast.
Ulianza?
Kuna time nimeanza podcast way before.
Oh yeah, hata ulituletea mic.
Nilifanya 2 episodes. No man, congratulations.
No, cheers, man.
Buddha podcast
maze is not a joke, you guys. Kuna boy wangu alinipigia akaniambia anataka kuanzisha podcast, Huyo boy wangu mimi nimekuonesha hapo down, anaitwa Bruno, So akanipigia akaniambia, "Niaje Manu, nataka kuanzisha podcast." Alikuwa anaita sijui the Big Balls podcast. So your time, Andrew Kibe alikuwa ameshika. So alikuwa anatoa ma content za male empowerment and shit. So this guy used to watch that stuff because relationship yake ilikuwa imeingia kwa mtaro, you guys.
Unajua chan show. Hata me there was a time nilikuwa na consume a lot of Kibe stuff. Yeah. But when history nilikuwa nakupigia when I was in some
funk.
Ile anakuambia buda ni aje amka usidoze.
Oh yeah, but that guy was really good at motivating, I think.
Yes.
Like the other stories aside, in terms of kukufanya like you're feeling like you're not reaching your potential, he was really good at that.
He is, because he still does that.
So you guys maze, boy wangu maze amenikola kaniambia, "We, hiyo podcast yako unatumianga nini?" Nikamwambia wewe fanya hivi hiyo simu yako wewe nunua tu mic ya wire. So hizi mic za wire. I think I have one over here.
Like lapels.
Yeah, those ones. Then stick them in your phone and then shoot with your phone. Cheki zizi. Mimi nataka hizo vitu konazo. Niandike list sai. So I'm like, you guy man. So I was like, okay. So I was like Zoom, Podtrack. Nilikuwa na lights za kitamu unakumbuka? 2 lights. So I told him those lights. And then hiyo time nilikuwa na kamera fulani DSLR sijui 250D Canon. So nikamwandikia 250D but bado nikamshow tena. Nikamwambia wewe bana, you don't need these things, start with your phone, you guy. Tizizi mzee akatuma hizo vitu states zikakaa, you guy amena na boy wangu fulani anaitwa Kevo akadata huko zireceive.
Man.
But wamenatoa wakazireceive, you guys wakazileta wakazi unbox wakaziangalia, cheki ndio hizi mic. Noma. You guys hizo vitu wakaziweka chini ya bed. Na you guys bado ziko hapo saa hii, you guys. Ukienda chini ya bed utapigwa na lights. Cheki. Bado lights ziko hapa chini ya bed. Noma. So guys never started the podcast, you guys. So you don't need to start with these lights, you guys. You start with what you have.
Mbwembe. That's just start.
Yeah, I think it happens. I think it's layered for everything, right?
For everything, actually. Yeah. Because hata mimi when I was trying to get in business, nilikuwa na really struggle on trying to get everything. See, easy makere, making sure all the papers are straight, ndo nianze business. So my cousin was like, hata you don't have any, you haven't proven the concept yet, and there is no proof of concept, unaendea hizi vitu zote ma licenses for what? Ingia kwa market.
But maybe you guys want to start while you're legit.
I think
when you're above board, you guys.
I think the mistake nilifanya ni the partner I got in business with.
Oh, yeye ndio alikwambia utume doza license. Cheki, we, Sakaja ametuma wase hapa na tumeshikwa tuko hapa nini Inda. Tuma doza.
Nilipoteza do proper.
Iza.
Do. Nilipoteza. So, mimi naweza show, like ukitaka kuanza kitu yote, at least for me, just start it. Don't worry, easy to all the rest. You can figure those out.
They'll zakupata ukiendanga.
Exactly. And I think I saw that from some podcast. I think it was Gina Dean, Michael Joseph. They were talking about when they were launching
Safaricom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh?
They just went into market.
Oh, okay.
And they cared about licensing and all that stuff.
Oh, because there was no license for that anyway, right?
Yes.
Nishaisoma hiyo story. Okay, I didn't read. I heard Michael Joseph talking about how they founded Safaricom. Na walikuwa pali hapo karibu na Sitam. Unajua hiyo church ya Sitam pale Valley Road. The original Christ is the Answer Ministries. Okay, kuna road hapo inaitwa Valley Road.
Valley Road.
So hapo Valley Road kuna church inaitwa Sitam. So behind there's another building. I think ilikuwa ya Telcom. Walianzia hapo juu you guy. On just like a random floor. So it's funny, it's interesting how they built it into this monolith. Kuna unakumbuka boy nilikuwa nakushow downstairs anaitwa Jaindi. He writes for Nation. You're telling me Safaricom have their own treasury department?
But you know that's how they make at these supermarkets and all that stuff. Yeah, but finish. I'm sorry.
No, nilikuwa nishafika climax hiyo story.
Oh, I see. So at these supermarkets and all that, they have their treasury function. So I was reading somewhere how they make money. They don't even make money from sales.
Yeah.
So, a supermarket, for example, at a petrol stations, you know, I could be wrong, but this is the story. So most e-business is mostly cash. Right, ukienda super, you either pay cash, M-Pesa.
Yeah.
Rare chances.
Also, they hold a lot of cash. Yeah.
Right. So no, and if you swipe, it takes a maximum of, I'm not sure, but about 5 days for the bank to give the supermarket.
Oh,
the money,
okay.
Right? So, and they have received goods from a supplier who they'll pay after
90 days.
90 days.
Yeah.
So it takes them at most 5 days to have money.
Okay.
Right? And they have 90 days to pay the supplier.
Yeah. So they can play around with the money.
That's
where the treasury department comes in.
That is what I'm saying. They don't even care about sales and selling.
They
make the bulk of their money from their treasury.
Yeah, that guy was actually telling me the same thing about Safaricom. Like they make most money from these trades that they do.
In Safaricom, you see, they have a certain should we talk about
okay, we are not authorities, we're just discussing. We are not discussing out of knowledge, we're just exchanging ideas.
So what I'm thinking, how Safaricom works and M-Pesa is there's a certain amount they have for the day, right? So all the rest of anything above that, so they assume this day they won't go beyond this point. So any money that is above that, they probably may be invested in treasury bills, options, bonds. That is why sometimes when
just say it. This is why sometimes
I just feel like sometimes they create M-Pesa is not working.
Okay.
You know, because they don't have
float.
They're float.
Yeah. I think same thing with banks, right?
Well, for banks, I don't know. For banks, I cannot.
Because you're saying exactly what the guy was telling me last night. You're telling me also about banks. They don't, the money they hold, it's not their money. Yeah. But now they have to trade with it. Lending other banks.
Yeah.
So overnight lending. He was even telling me that, okay, it's obvious, but it was interesting how he was telling me how banks know other banks which are struggling. Because the banks lend each other money.
That's the
bank. So me, I'm KCB. You guys, you're a weird small bank, and you're coming to ask me for money. I'm like,
bank.
I'm like, hey, we umesikia hoja ma ati kuna kitu fulani central bank inaitwa the window. So the window is where you go when you're unapitia as a bank, and you need some quick cash. So unaenda hapo the window unaambia bana hook me up but now they lend it to you at some very serious rates as in interest rates. And then people start hearing the other banks wataanza kusikia Omwami kila saa anaenda the window mtu anapitia shida fulani,
and then they come lend you.
You're telling me banks operate on customer confidence? Like that's all they operate. They don't want anyone to know, to even think that they don't have the money. You know, unaona hiyo dome wapea.
Yeah.
Like you always have to feel like if you go withdraw whatever amount you need, you'll get it.
No, yeah, that's a similar thing that happened to the Silicon. Is it the Silicon Valley Bank? Siko story.
What about it?
It's just some bank.
It was an actual bank.
Yes.
Silicon Valley Bank.
I think it's SVB.
Okay.
I might be wrong. But it was just a similar story where, you know, people just went work out withdraw their money. It was just a very, very similar story.
So there was a run. There was a run on the bank.
Yeah.
So ili collapse ama bado iko?
Ili collapse.
Hizo vitu zinakuanga mbaya
hivi man. Mimi after my experience.
So you guys unasema ulikuwa invest huko mbaya sana manze.
I mean that is,
I remember the last time we spoke, I think on a podcast.
Yeah.
You were investing in some e-commerce biashara.
I've tried a lot of businesses. Well, most of them have failed, so I have a lot of lessons.
Yeah, because you told me hata ulianzisha mazee dobi you guy.
I actually was among the first. Easy zenye mnaenda
mamafua.
Mnapima na in kgs. I was among the first people to start that business. This was way back in 2018 or 19.
You guy,
so,
man.
My friend alikuwa anaishi Ruiru. So Ruiru is a very, very interesting place because a lot of students live there and a lot of people who work besides Langata and Nini, they live down there. So they just go through the Southern Bypass.
Yeah.
So your area, they had students from JKUAT, KU,
Northern Bypass campus. Actually, from the airport.
Kuenda huko
Kamakis.
Northlands. Yeah, Kamakis. So there are kids from NIBS, ZTech, KU Ruiru campus, JKUAT, and all that stuff. So I talk to my friend, I'm like, hey, how about we make this mamafua thing, easier for guys? And
because in the States there's that thing for where you can take your clothes to be washed. Yes. It's a normal, regular thing, right?
It's very normal. Actually, that's where I got the concept.
Laundromat.
The laundromat, yes. So we come together. I'm like, okay, so you are the boots on the ground, so I'll be the financier, right? So I get money, we buy machines, we do the thing and all that stuff.
Partitioning.
All that go up.
How many machines did you buy? 4.
Probably 4 or 5, I think. So tukaanza business. So hii business all the time ni pesa inatokanga tu kwa mfuko. Chief.
Late. Okay, ekelea ka CCTV you guy. What was the monitoring devices uliweka hapo?
That's the problem. I niliingia kwa biashara nikitrust a friend.
Okay, man, it's a guy.
You see why trust him to get into that thing, have agreements, and probably if that person is your friend, it's bound to fail.
Yeah.
Such is life.
You live and learn, you guy. So my machines ilienda wapi, man?
I think boys waliziuza. They later on wife wake ndo alikuwa anachapia waliziuza.
Wife wake?
Yeah, wife wake they are divorced.
So alikama akakwambia mati.
I mean misery loves you.
Alikokol.
No.
Misery loves company.
Yes. It was one of those things where I'm like, I think alipost.
Alikwambia story gani first of all?
So story ilianza ni mimi ndo ni bestia, ni wife ya bestia yangu. So mimi sikukuwa nimemshow tulikosana na bestia yake na mimi sikukuwa najua they are divorced. So I think she posted her kid or she did something. I was like, hey.
No, me I'm asking.
Yeah.
Before we get there, who boys alisema nini has happened to the biz?
The biz. Sasa niliacha nikasema tu ni sawa, let's.
Kwa nini ilikuwa losses back to back?
Ilikuwa losses back to back, yes. Mara kanjos juu amekuja wanataka nini.
So anakuwa loki huko nini?
No, I didn't. Sikuwa natuma pesa. Unapata, it got to a point where the business was sustaining itself.
Oh.
But what wasn't making sense is mbona hii pesa sioni.
Oh, haikufikii man.
Haikufikii, huyu jamani all the time ana complain.
So anasema hatuna do tulilipa X, Y, Z.
Yes. Kanjo alikuja tukawalipa sijui 3,000, 4,000. Unajua sijui tokens na kula sijui machines runnings na tech tokens are 2,000 a day. I'm like, I just close the business. It doesn't make sense. Let's close down the business. Let's figure something out.
So now ndio wife akapost kitu alafu comment.
This wife posting kitu is way after, because we did a couple of businesses with this guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, probably like 6 businesses.
Damn, you guy.
All of them failed.
So you invest 10.
But they did.
The next one ain't a fail, you guy.
Now, if I'm getting into business, I'm wiser. Yeah. So I am very, very smart.
So what different thing will you do?
I'm not
theoretically speaking.
I'm not doing
theoretically.
I'm not doing that trust thing.
Oh, okay. Huh?
Yeah. So I'm not getting in business because you are my friend and ni sawa.
Na vile nilikuwa na proposal noma hapa ya nini?
Yeah, hiyo busy.
Ya podcasting.
Podcasting tunaweza piga jioni.
Take it so Omwami. So can you do?
No, but
I'm kidding.
Tunaweza piga juu naweza
proof of concept ndio.
Niko alafu YouTube naona view.
Man, kuna data.
So uwezi niosha. Hizi zingine za okay sawa. Buda tuma picha.
Yeah. You need
but tulipiga like close to 6 businesses with this guy together in a period of like 6 years. Yeah.
But also investing and you're not around is also hard, right?
It can be hard. I wouldn't say it's hard. It can be hard. My parents do. Nikuambia story ya biashara ya mahindi. Yeah. Tried it, that worked. The only problem with farming is farming is it's good business, but it needs a lot.
Yeah,
it needs a lot. So the time you put in, the money, the energy and all that, and then the pesa unapata from it, as the money.
Oh, okay.
So the idea I have, and I also mentioned to the guy that helps me do it, is watu wakivuna. So for example, in August, mina buy mahindi, maybe like 100 bags or 200 bags, and then I stock them. Then next year, a time like this, April, as user.
Most because you just store them, right?
You just store them.
You don't have to go through the whole sijui kudoza kupalilia. Hiyo do yetu ya Ocha, me think ina make my losses ina ajab you guys. Hiyo farm yetu ya Ocha. I think mazi ina make. Unajua squeezy, like we are running it as a family, right? So we have a group. So all the expenses ina detail yo hapo, sijui send money for this. Jamana tuma list ya vitu ameandika spelling ingine mbaya you guy. Cheki sijui nini mocha. So if you look at the money you're spending versus what you'll get, it's like a passion project.
You'd rather just put that money in some treasury bill, or some buy shares.
But then again, you can't just leave your shamba idle.
That's the thing. So mi naza sema me I don't own a shamba, so
but you have family shambas.
The folks are wanapanda mahindi yuko na their things.
Okay, let me just paint a scenario. Tuseme your folks are older and they can't run the farm. So imebaki you guys are the ones who are supposed to chikilia. You know that there's a sentimental value.
I see.
Like for us guys, we grew up on that farm, right? So yes, it makes sense to just maybe plant sugarcane and leave it, or plant trees. But now there's that sentimental value of we can't let this place fall apart. Like the house, our Shag's house is a very big house. My dad built a big digs, but all the time I go there, mazina on a new crack, because you see most of the time it's empty.
But you see,
for nenda kwa loo mazina pata something was leaking for months. It may stay in loo, so it's as if it's falling apart slowly but surely, you guys. But so now you have to get into your pocket to try and maintain it. Just to keep the family legacy alive, you guys.
I mean, for the house I would do that. For the farm I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
But see, the house sits on the farm.
That's true. I'll maintain the house. I won't do anything to the farm.
So you just leave it fallow.
Yeah.
You guys ways, you guys. What's wataanza encroach?
That's the. I mean, I'll fence it.
See, what's encroach fence if you're not doing anything inside?
Sinaeka hapo maybe chakula. I'd put there cows or something.
Yeah.
I mean, if I don't, that is the reason why I haven't bought land, and I don't think I'll buy land any soon, because I feel like I won't be doing anything.
But I feel like you
productive.
I feel like you have a very sentimental attachment to your shags, because all the time ukikam mi ukukol na uko huko.
Ocha.
Yeah, that means your heart is there, you guy.
But I'm also here, so.
You guy unafikanga na ino unaenda huko direct saa zingine, sio?
Because of the missus.
Kwani missus zako huko?
No, we run some businesses down there, so.
Oh, okay.
She runs our businesses over there.
Oh, okay. So is that working now better if you have a local partner?
Yeah, it works. It works way better. Way better. Especially if, you can. For me, it has worked. So, your partner and you working on the same vision and, all that, it's easier.
So guy, maisha inakupelekaje huko in the United States, you have Mark?
Maisha inanipeleka poa so far. So I am out of that slum.
The last time we spoke ulikuwa Kampojo. Ulikuwa unafanya course moja noma. Ulikuwa unafanya course gani? Communications?
Security.
Yeah. Uli graduate?
Aye.
You get magna cum laude, man. Congrats, man.
Thanks.
So you're working and studying at the same time?
Yeah, I was. So I was working, studying, building on a business that I was conned.
So ulikuwa unalala saa ngapi, you guy?
Mimi, in capitalism you don't sleep. You just snooze, man. You just nap.
You guy, no wonder tu umekuja hii podcast saa hii, you guy.
Nimekupigia masaa ngapi? Uliniambia tupatane 5:30, nilikupigia simu.
Manze, you guy jo.
Alafu I was telling my other friend that nimekuja hapa naambiwa Monday it's a holiday, and then also Friday we have another holiday.
Yeah, bana.
Alafu tunataka kukaa Singapore.
You guys over here we are relaxing. Chekiaje? Una relax yapi leo?
Tunataka kukaa Singapore.
You guys will become the relaxation. You guys will relax into Singapore lifestyle, you guys. Then asking praise siku hizi akiquote Singapore, you guys all the time, you guys. Amesoma hiyo book kweli?
Nini?
Hiyo book ya Lee Kuan Yew.
Achana na boys.
Kuna book fulani inaitwa From Third World to First, you guys. So guys, how are you hacking that schedule, you guys?
If the one thing is, if you want to do it, you will do it. Yeah, if you want to do it, you will do it. So I used to do school from so daily in the morning from 7 to around 4. I'm working, and 5:30 to 11 p.m. niko shule, and then 11 to around 2 a.m. I'm trying to, because 11 p.m. My time instead.
Yeah.
I'm working on building this business because it's morning here.
Oh,
you see, so
you're making phone calls, talking to your local guys
and all that. Yeah, talking to them. Everyone I was working with at the time. Yeah, and then I sleep at 2 or 3. At 7 nimeamka.
Okay, yeah. So 5 hours.
Well, 4 or 5 hours. That's enough.
My M-Pesa ndio zinaingia kwa 11. Cheki ati Kanjo amesema nini? Wewe jana walikuwa hapo na leo bado wako hapo. Patia moja wao simu.
Ni very interesting Buddha. But no, in capitalism aulali. Just nap.
Is that the lifestyle for even like the average American?
Oh, the average, yeah. That's why depression is on
the rise.
Yeah.
What's your social life like with this schedule of yours?
Terrible. I mean, and then also when my friend did the thing, that betrayal, Eleni, it made me rethink about my friendships.
So let's talk about your friend, you guy, but
my friend.
Obviously, without mentioning names.
I can mention him.
Uli invest no boys.
It's not gonna be 6 businesses in.
When you need the same guy.
Need the same guy. That's how stupid I was. Well, I wasn't stupid. I think maybe, let me throw in, God was trying to teach me.
I see you guys. You guys are good. I'm relax, you guys.
Take good, yeah.
Take your mommy and I do. No, so you guys invested with the same guy 6 times.
because this is someone I've known from when I was a child. This is someone they say there's usually a friend that sticks closer than a brother.
You guys.
So that was my friend. That was the friend.
You guys, man.
The first business we tried was web hosting, right? So this is in way 2020, pre-COVID. So we started hosting businesses because it's gonna feel, and this time everyone in the near future kila mtu atakuwa anahitaji websites and all that stuff.
Vision, like
that was not my vision. My vision was, and then this AI thing nilikuwa nimeanza kuisikia
ilikuwa imeanza
nini kupopa. So kile nilikuwa najua, nilikuwa nasema eventually we'll do something with AI and all that. I just didn't know what, but I knew this business, there was a point we'll pivot into doing that. So recently niko like, okay, so AI that I was thinking about needs data centers, right? And data centers tulikuwa tumeanza web hosting, you need servers and all that. Tunge pivot into having like some sort of data center and just do business with AI. But again,
that was the first idea.
That was the first business we actually did. To buy my servers and all that.
Data center means it's a place where you store data.
Yeah, so a data center is, think of it like the cloud, right?
Yeah.
The cloud is not somewhere in the clouds. It's just a room somewhere with servers. So you just get a space on that in that room. So that room that you get the cloud space from is a data center.
So the customers are like banks and
banks, your Amazons, your Instagrams, your Facebooks, your Twitters, and all that.
There's a time I've ever thought of doing such a biashara when I used to
capital intensive.
I was thinking I go to a Namanga, because those days I used to buy shambas, those sites. So I was thinking I get a piece and then I build a bunker like place. So my idea was it's not data which you need to move around much. I don't even know if I'm describing it correctly. But you can just bring your stuff there and store it. The way you, like for instance, there was a time I did a podcast like this with my mom.
Yeah.
Uko Shags. Before she died.
Yeah, I think you posted it, right?
No. The one I posted was just a clip of me. Tulikana nikamuliza story ya grandmother yake, nini. So I put it in a hard disk. Your hard disk ilichapa you guy. So when your mother ali dead, my sister's like, where is that podcast you guys recorded? So I'm like, that thing died, man. It's crashed.
There are companies that can try get information from that.
Yeah, maybe I'll take it to be extracted or something.
Yeah.
So now my idea was I have a bunker somewhere where you can come and store data. There are people who do that as a biashara, right?
That's what I'm saying. The data center, that's their business. But now you see, for the data center, you have to think of things like, natural things like maybe flooding, the rains. Think about electricity, because you can't afford to go even for a minute without electricity. Let me paint a picture, right? M-Pesa. Imagine how much money M-Pesa will lose if their systems go offline for just a minute.
Yeah. And the chaos it will cause, eh?
See?
So where do you think guys like Safaricom store their data? It has to be offline, right?
Well, it has to be online somewhere because it has to be accessible.
No, off-site.
Oh, yeah. So the idea is, that's actually my business, I do cybersecurity. So you have 3 types of backup systems, right? You have backup sites. You have the cold backup site, warm backup site, and hot backup site. So Safaricom, they probably have a similar system somewhere, just similar site somewhere running, where should something happen to this main site, they can
flip it
almost immediately.
That
goes with a lot of companies. They do that. Similar thing to backup. So they do daily backups and all that.
Even
stuff.
banks, right?
Even banks. Yeah. Any business that's online.
So how do these 2 centers connect? Is it through the internet?
So the 2 centers don't connect. This is just 2 different sites.
How do they receive the data?
The backups.
Physical disks, like as in ndio site yangu. This is my main site. And I have another backup place here. How do I get the data from here to here? Through the internet.
So that's yes.
Mbona umesema yes ama ni layman terms?
No, I mean I'm trying to bado huko kwa hard disk na manini. I'm trying to find an easier way.
No, is it a wire?
It's not
is it a
like
transmission?
it
Like
could be just like sending your data to the cloud.
okay,
Yeah.
uploading.
So instead of sending your data to the cloud, you're sending it to your other site.
Yes.
So you are backing up at the other side.
Okay.
Yes.
But hizo vitu ziko na, if you do it well, they have a lot of money, right? Because everyone is storing things nowadays.
Yes. It does. It does have money. Yeah. Not to get to the granular details of it, but yes, you can make a good amount.
So why is it hot, cold, and any like what's the difference between the three?
The difference between the three is the hot is like almost similar, right? So say Kishiangani podcast, right? You have a similar site with similar equipments running that should anything happen to this main site, you can just go there and just download things and start with.
All right.
So a warm site is where you have it's not fully. It'll take you maybe 24 hours or a day, or 2 days to get things running and start going.
Okay.
And a cold site is just where it's usually there.
Oh, Namanga.
Right? It's a Namanga thing. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, Maze, I was on the right path.
You actually were a bit of refinement and inakuwa very solid
ningesoma
business
kidogo
idea.
Maze, sasa ningekuwa huko Namanga.
Kwani hujasoma?
No, ningesoma hiyo story.
Ni story very interesting.
You guys see cyber security right now is very lucrative, huh?
So unataka niambia wase niko na dogo?
No, generally speaking.
It is lucrative if you know what you're doing. Yes, it can be. But I feel like anything is lucrative. Yeah.
Okay, not at the same level. There's some things which there's a time when they'll make money. Like, how long do you think the reign of M-Pesa will last? I mean, it's just still the next innovation.
The reign of M-Pesa, I think someone who will figure out how to send money, how we can send money using
Wi-Fi.
Maybe WhatsApp.
Yeah, like WeChat.
Yeah, type of thing.
Do you know how WeChat works?
I know. I haven't used it, but
they have a feature inside there for money transfer, right?
I haven't used it.
No, as in, I've had guys say that within the WeChat infrastructure.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, man. Infrastructure, you guys. So within that WeChat ecosystem, you can send money. Like they have everything inside there. So in China, the first thing you download is that WeChat.
Yeah.
Shit.
Maybe nowadays I just swipe. It's cheaper swiping.
When you're in Nairobi?
Anywhere. Yeah, says to me M-Pesa.
Yeah, these are my transaction fees, Mazini.
They add up.
Yeah.
So I just swipe.
Yeah, Mazi. But I'm normally very keen to see how. I like studying trends of how something was really big.
Yeah.
Alafu a disruptor happened. Alafu ika crash. And something else took over.
That's why I usually do not invest in tech companies. Yeah, tech is very volatile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you see Skype saying it dead, you guys? It's resting in eternal peace.
Of course, die. See, it was being run by Microsoft. So that's how I expect Microsoft to run Teams and Skype at the same time.
Oh, Teams bado ina run.
See, Teams is the Microsoft Teams.
Ilijua.
No.
But not too many people use Teams, eh?
What do you mean? You don't use Teams.
Who uses Teams?
Everyone uses
Who's
Teams.
Everyone, you guys?
Schools.
Yes. Does it have differences from the Google Meet? About security?
Yeah, there is a profound disparity, yes.
But there, guys, if you guys can hear music at the background, Mazi, tunashuti pod at 9:53. Kuna party! Unajamii wambia say about hizi man noise uko.
Yeah, I know.
Umejionea in the flesh.
Nimejionea.
Okay, juzi nilikuwa na meeting huko kwa studio at 8 am. So there's a training happening.
Yeah.
So I was there late and then I was supposed to be there early at 8. So I was like, siocha tu nilale hapa hivi.
Ukadoza hapa? Hata
nikakama hapa hivi. Mazi nikaekelea. Nikatoa hii kuna mattress fulani pale nikaekelea hapa kwa hii kiti.
Yeah.
You guys see kulala you guys.
The noise
Alafu sasa at around 10 they switched off the music 11.
Yeah.
But now the people who are drinking wakasha ngoma za gari. Paka nikatumia Mosira, nilitoka nje nikawa record nikatumia Mosira hiyo video.
What did he say?
He just said atakam. Take it out sana sijalala na kesho niko na meeting Mosira bro bas.
There was a time nilikuwa naishi. I think there was an Airbnb nilikuwa nimechukua mahali. There was a church there. And then so your day na those kulikuwa na kesha.
Hey. You guys at that point unawajoin too.
No, I tried singing, nikajikumbusha.
Mimi hata mimi niliamka tu nikakaa. Let me just,
because now what can you do?
Stay awake.
Ukienda huko ku try kuwastopisha watu kukemea.
Bado nilikuwa nataka kuwatukana kutoka hapo juu niombe waache ujinga. Cheki wewe acheni ujinga nyinyi. Lakini wangetutukana tu.
Na unajua uwezi yagi na mlevi. Man.
Wewe maze. So you guys nilikuwa nakwambia venye Skype maze sasa iko in the sweet by and by you guys.
Skype of course ilikuwa dead. Microsoft is where tech companies go to die.
I think Zoom ndio iliwa Skype. Zoom ilishika time ya COVID.
Yeah, ilishika time ya COVID, yes, but Microsoft was the one running Skype.
Oh, okay.
They can't push two things.
Oh, Microsoft and Teams.
Microsoft Teams and Skype. Yeah.
So it was destined to die.
Man.
You guys, who do you predict is the next you guys on the chopping block? Umeona Google VO3? Umeona hizo ma AI zinachomoa?
The AI, I'm not really into AI because I feel ni kama it's just some buzzword.
You think it's a fad?
Nah, I think so.
But have you seen these videos which are being made by AI like sijui kuna wengine mimi watch
yeah.
Sijui what's the name of that animal? This fictitious and Bigfoot. Kuna Bigfoot fulani iko kwa woods mazee na vlog. Wanyama mazee kuna wengine sijui Daniel ako kwa lions den. Unaona hizo video?
Yeah, no, that I've seen, yes.
Like they're very realistic.
Yeah, they are realistic. There was someone, that's why I don't listen to motivational speakers. So they're like, the people who are not going to be replaced by AI will be the creators. And the people who create, the people who tell stories. So AI inaweza kutengenezea music. You just prompt it.
Kuna boy yangu amekuwa AI musician.
How's the career?
But kuna soul fulani hiyo ngoma ina you guys. Even AI. Like even AI photographs. Safaricom used to do AI billboards and it just look haina soul you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where we are going, but I feel like something similar to the .com bubble is going to happen. And I could be wrong.
Oh, it might be a fad, eh?
That's what I've been telling you.
You guys, what happened to the metaverse?
I mean,
iliingia kwa mtaro. Cheki Zuckerberg, cheki. Ai.
Linyas.
Kama Zuckerberg alinvest the best yake. Cheki wewe bana. Uliniambia kitu itashika.
Best yake anavutia anamwambia unajua buda tunahitaji ETR. Zuckerberg akatuma 60 Gs. 60 ngwizis.
Cheki wewe, hawa wa internal revenue wanasumbua. Iko wapi ETR?
Sasa ametuma 60 Gs. Alafu anatumiwa video, the boots on the ground aki-unbox ETR.
Wewe maze. So you guys so biashara ya kwanza iliingia kwa mtaro hii ya nini?
So the first one was the web hosting business, right? Hiyo kanyasi hivyo lost a decent amount of money. It's okay. Kaenda huku kwa the laundromat, lost a decent amount of money.
But at least you guys are not giving up, eh? Your time ulikuwa unasikiza motivational.
And that time I think ilikuwa inanisumbua ni when you're out there you want to feel like you're doing something
at home on the ground.
Yeah. So that's what, and then on top of that the trust thing.
So number 3 ilikuwa gani?
Number 3 we wanted to try do uko Ocha, like a mobile hotspot thing. There's a proliferation of smartphones uko Ocha, right? And people are always on their phones and data can be expensive.
Oh, okay.
Right? So my idea was kuweka public hotspots where you just log in the day, pay like 100 bob or 20 bob or 30 bob and you have Wi-Fi wherever you are around that area.
Oh, okay. Ni kama hii captive Wi-Fi. Ushaona captive Wi-Fi?
Sijaitumia though, but that if it's something similar to that, that's the idea.
So you invest?
I almost invested.
So it didn't work out.
Hapo hivyo kulikuwa
was it too expensive to?
It was so what the red flag was, there's a brother yake alikuwa na some ISP uko Ocha, right? You know what an ISP is, an internet service provider, right? So walikuwa na like a must, like sijui naitwa
ilikuwa wapi must Webuye
huko Ocha somewhere place naitwa Bukura. So there is a must. Sinajua must
like it was a telecom must.
Yes. Yeah. So nilikuwa nikuwe na that must, nikuwe an ISP first, right?
Oh, okay.
And then I beam the signals, right, to like the receiving points and all that. So this guy tells me, hey Niaja, I already have an ISP business running huku Washa. Instead of you starting, we nipatie tu do mimi nikupe biz.
Oh,
right. So I'm like, okay, cool. First, so this time I was a bit skeptical. Nikaambia Niaja, wacha, since this is any business tunaenda kuinvolve gava and all that stuff, tutakuwa tuna collect data yao, say let us engage lawyers. So lawyer wangu akaambia Niaje, before buy hii kitu, start with mwambie hata kutumia receipts ama anything to show that hii business ni yake and he owns this much.
Oh yeah, you can't just buy it off.
You cannot just buy it because they are friends, right? Thanks to the lawyer, right? So anaambia boys, anaambia buda, si hata unitumie picha ya mast ni cheki. So ananitumia picture ya mast. Umekumbuka nikikwambia the brother was working with an ISP Ocha. So guess what pictures they sent me?
It was a ISP.
That you are the ISP the brother was working on. So alikuwa anajua nimeenda kwa I'm also close with the brother. So
okay.
Nimeshamtembelea place of work, nimeona vile kule kuko nini. So namwambia ni aje buda. Ai buda, umenitumia hizi vitu but these things look familiar. So like buda hiza ni nimekutumia something wrong. So he sends me another one, but this one is inside a college huko Ocha. The mother is a lecturer at some college huko. Yeah, 1 + 1 didn't add up to 2. Yeah, nikasema wacha tu let's pass on this.
Yeah. Yuko hapo mazuri yoko ulijiokoa.
Hapo nilijiokoa.
Yuko ungebuy master exist. Ungekuwa unaonyeshwa tu must random. Ndio must, lakini hatuwezi karibia. Ina Mnet steamer fulani itapiga vibaya sana.
Nilikuwa fala fulani buda.
But you at least instinct ilikusave.
You didn't save. I think the lawyer saved me.
The lawyer was huko ama huko?
Huko.
Oh, okay.
But pia alikuwa anataka kuniosha.
Lawyer's fees
30 G's for drafting an agreement. Which is okay. I mean nilimwambia hiyo haiwezi.
Nilimwambia katao 8 you guys.
Sasa sinasema like alinipandia hapa akasema zibuda. 30 G's na hata biza tujaanza.
You guys.
Zikabidi tumwambia zi haiwezi.
So mkaenda kwa biz gani tena?
So tukaenda kwa biz sasa ya what did we try? Alikuwa anataka tujaribu tena garage na aliosha paka madha yake. Yeah, but I cannot talk about that. Hiyo ni yake.
So iliingia kwa maji pia. Ama iko.
Sibuda nilikwambia all businesses failed.
Si labda kuna magari hapo ziko juu ya mawe.
So this guy I get a point akakuwa na this predilection ya cars and all that stuff, working on project cars.
Hizo salvage.
Yeah, anabai gari anatengeneza.
Hizo vitu unaweza ingia loss moja heavy.
Ngambia buda hii business do. Mimi nataka ni find place.
Mimi siku hizi mtu akiniambia business do siwezi fanya hiyo business. Cheki iko na do. Hizo do ziko inside. Haya acha niende hivi kiasi. You guys, there's nothing haina do.
And that is why that is the mistake I made. Ulikuwa tu unaniambia
hii ina do. You had to have a mad training to believe that stuff. Kuna mwanangu anaitwa Willy Wala alikuwa ananiuliza hapa down ati nini iko na dosa hii. Chekinaje manu? Uko fiti? Nini iko na dosa hii? Cheki kazi yako. Enda ufanye kazi yako.
Job, yeah, that's a
because everything has money. It's the what's it called? The structures and the principles that you've put around what you're doing, whatever it is. The consistency, the thought you put in, the foundational work you put into the whichever business you're doing. Like if you put those things correctly, obviously with some research, you're gonna make money.
And money is also just a byproduct.
Exactly.
See, the main thing.
Yes, because so you can't be chasing the money. Otherwise you would buy must. Check it. Take it, no, ni toll. No, ni toll. Signal inafika wapi?
Nimeambiwa signal ina do like close to 10 kilometers. I'm like, hey, hata ya Safaricom The farthest naenda ni 40 kilometers.
You guy, man.
Yeah.
And then also there's a fee for those.
That is why I engaged. Probably if this business was one of these other businesses that we were doing, ningeosha pia.
Yeah, because kuna monthly fee ya rent ya must.
No, the must nilikuwa ni set up a must.
Oh, you're setting it up from scratch, eh?
Yes.
But where you're setting it up, so you have to pay whoever owns the
now you
land.
lease the land. Yeah, that's
or the building.
Was the thing, yes.
Kuna time wasa walikuwa wanasema Safaricom wakikamkwako.
Yeah.
Kama mimi wanafaa kamkwako wake must you guys. The signal uko kwetu mazee.
Wapatie shamba.
It makes your place look funny.
That's the thing. But you can lease it to them. Unaweza lease land to them wakukanjange hapo.
Every month, eh?
I think.
No, must iko na do. Must. Tikimi ishi tu na must.
We buy two land. Yes. Buy land alafu uende ubonge na sawa.
Najua boy fulani boy wangu mbaya sana. Anakuanga department of must. So yeye ndio set up must.
You do to hook up na must. Na mabiza must. No, but yeah.
But you guys, so fast forward. So none of these things, which is the last one? Yenye ilikubreak heart kabisa, you guys.
This one, what we were doing, the e-commerce business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That is a business I believed in, and I knew this thing was going to work. First of all, none of the businesses was a terrible idea, or
it was just structures and honesty and integrity.
Yes. And that is why I insist on, if you're going to get in business, build systems.
Okay.
Systems that will make sure your business is running even if you're not around. Systems.
Which include even people, human resource. Because there are people who run international businesses in our Kenya.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you look for a local partner, work with them.
That's what I'm saying. It can be easy running a business from far.
Yeah. But it's expensive initially, I guess.
It is expensive, but
So me lose hope kabisa ama bado?
I lose hope. I think I'm still healing because I lost a decent amount of money.
Easy, you guys.
And I also was in slums, like I told you. I resigned from my job to go out build the business.
Damn, you guys.
And then you see the thing with business is sometimes. So for example, I was telling you the marketing company we contracted. They need like 200 Gs. But I gear ground and do activations. You don't have that money, so what do? You go to a bank, tell them, hey, I have my car. Can you guys give me money, right? So they give you money and you wire them, and you're like, yeah, I'll work and pay them. So I'm resigning. I'm in debt, right? I don't have money because all the money I've used in trying to build this business, I've collected all this debt. And the debts,
you guys, that's painful.
The debts are collecting interest.
Yeah. And then even if you disagree with the individual, the debts bado zinakungoja uzilipe.
Bado ziko. Yeah. And now that time I'm out of work, I don't have a job.
Yeah. So ilibidi urudi job mbaya ama
so now the job time in a calm job. The job market my job kupata ikuku unless you want to flip burgers and all that, which is not a bad job. It's just that a job it would be taking a very, very big pay cut. So yeah, that's the thing. Niliingia kwa job market nikichagua but ikafika point nikajita mkutano. Buddha, you are in a hole, you need to get out of it. Yeah.
So you're out or you're still crawling out?
No, I'm actually out.
Oh, congrats, man.
Yeah, I mean usually you as a human being you have to have debt somewhere in one way or the other.
Kama kuna deni fulani ya accident nilipata mazee na nipe better you guy.
Pole jo.
You guy man, I can't wait.
Deni kwani, so what do you need to pay for hospital bills?
Right now it's hospital visits.
Niligonga mtu na manga.
Ulikuwa na manga. Take it.
No, the thing is, tulikuwa tumeenda Tanzania.
Road trip.
That I wasn't the one driving. It's just that I was the one with the car.
So muligonga na manga hiyo side ya TZ na side ya Kenya.
Oh, okay, mtu alitugonga.
Oh.
So ikabidi tumeenda OC.
Kwani ilikuwa serious? Ilikuwa bike kama gari?
Yeah, ilikuwa bike.
Oh, aliwagonga.
Na manga vile ni a straight road.
Yeah.
So sisi the person who was driving, tuna drive and it's a straight road. Like a 150 doing 50, and she wasn't the best of drivers, right? So there was like a lorry coming uphill. That was a good thing. And then situnateremka, I think akaanza kupanic. Napata so wase wanduthi wanatufuata nyuma, tunaenda 150, of course pia wamekuja 100 and they're like 4 guys on Nduthi. So I jump, got the driver's seat and slam the brakes because tulikuwa tunaenda head on na the lorry.
Ulikuwa unaona ikikame?
Yes. So I jump and slam on the brakes. Wase wanduthi wakakuja wakatu nyuma. Guy akatoka huku from the other side akaanguka hapo like mbele ya lorry. Good thing is easy lorry, this is usually naitwa tippers or something. They are too heavy, so was panda mlima they are a bit slow. Otherwise ingekuwa downhill mtu angekufa. Juu alianguka mbele yake.
So lorry stop.
The lorry was too slow.
So he just came and stopped.
Yeah, ilikuja tu ikastop.
And what happened to these guys? My passengers.
When you go the same car.
Nduthi.
The Nduthi. Mmoja alipaswa kichwa or something. Mwingine aka bruise magoti. The good thing most of them walikuwa na helmet. So mwenye alipaswa kichwa ndo walikuwa na. So wengine walikuwa na injuries juu moja.
So mulido nini after your accident? Mulienda kwa karao?
Walitoka from actually sikuwa na manga, nilikuwa Oloitoktok. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So the police come from Oloitoktok, took a drive to the station, of course. You know what goes on.
Okay. But you just left everything good.
Yeah, ilibidi make sure amemaliziwa osie. Tulimbeba tukampeleka osie. My conscience.
Yeah.
So tukampeleka osie, I made sure nini vizuri, nikampea namba yangu, ambia niaje mimi hata sita, I won't block your number, I will pick up your call. Please update me.
And how you doing?
And how I used to even hata nilikuwa na mcall.
Okay. Yeah. So, I think that's what I also did with the mother. I said I'll be with them until she ponies.
Yeah, just try. That's a good thing. Just be a good human.
Yeah.
For your conscience.
Yeah, exactly. Because I can't imagine driving around na nimegonga mtu. And I'm just living my life.
Yeah. So that's what I did. Nikalipa the hospital. Okay, tukalipa the hospital bill. Everything kwa sawa, tukawa drop home. Life ikaendelea.
Ilikuwa recently ama ilikuwa kitambo kiasi?
Like 2 years ago.
When you were around 2 years ago. Okay.
Nilipatana na polisi kutoka Mumias.
Huko Oloitoktok?
Yeah.
Mkanda koroga higa.
Ilibidi. Actually that's this might sound a bit, but anyway, need for fun to stories. Nimegundua haki tao. Parking. Nikuona tu mahali and then ukipata nini soja waingo.
Bana sinani budango alikuwa anafanyanga hivyo.
For real?
Check your yen. Check your karao, check. Kusa zingine si mluya.
So naenda tu mahali na waingo.
Check. Yeah.
Umtoka kuna erena.
But majority of them are Lunjes.
The majority of them are Luyas. Yeah, so that's what I do. I'm like, and lako raichai. So that means I'll buy it.
Because budango alikuwa the king of hizo vitu. Where maze? So you guys bana, what's cutting huko Los Angeles you guys bana?
Huko Los Angeles.
Confirm ndio hii podcast yetu mimi ndio producer.
Sema of course Steve Lalo.
I think we should. You guys, what's cutting huko in America history of my immigrants, you guys? What's the impact of this Trump thing?
I mean, isn't if it's what he promised, so he's just doing what he promised. See what walimpigia? Yeah. Walimpigia kura. Alisema atafanya hizo vitu.
So there's no shock, eh?
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
I think you're in which state?
Virginia.
Okay. Yeah. Immigrant situation hapo ikoje?
Immigrants, it's sad. It's sad because it's just sad. These are people who've lived there for like 20 years, 15 years.
Okay.
So they have,
you've built a life.
Wakienda kwa hizi makantri wanatoka, they don't know where to start from or something. And plus wengine wanapelekwa to some detention camps and centers and all that. So you've been there for 15 years kidogo kwa detention. Umeenda umeshikwa huko like.
Now so ICE.
Wase ICE.
Also ICE hiyo wanasikia ni kama wako empowered. Check, we're back. Huh? So Virginia is not too bad.
Well, Palinaishi not too bad. Where I stay, not.
But there are areas where.
Yeah, it's very crazy. Sai, police just do random stops, random police checks on our ITISH IDs.
Yeah.
They come to build. Was there a build? For
Construction sites.
Yeah, construction sites. My brother's school. Wameingia tu hapo hivyo and they randomly start asking for university kids their IDs. And these guys are not. See at yata ni yourselves, eh? These are like 20-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 23-year-olds, 25-year-olds. Wameingia huko. Kwanza this thing with the Doge thing. Wameingia huko wamevuruga.
Yeah. But you guys can stay to survive without immigrant labor.
I think the West cannot. The West cannot survive without immigrant labor.
Because who'll do those jobs? Come on.
Yeah. Even or not even this menial jobs. This even this proper jobs. Like ukiangalia UK, most doctors are Nigerians
and Windies.
Yeah, and Windies and all that stuff. We just need each other.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
Yes.
Trump is betting that these guys will, local guys will fill up those spots.
But so
local men.
Unajua kumekuwa na and this is a global thing. The job market has been a bit shitty kiasi. So I think their reasoning was companies have access to cheap labor. And the cheap labor is, of course, the immigrants. So when we tore that, access to cheap labor, companies will be forced to hire Americans and all that, and there will be jobs created. I'm not sure, I might be wrong, but that is the plan. That was the idea behind that, deporting legal immigrants and all that stuff. Even legal immigrants. Yeah.
And do you have an idea what's cutting huko Los Angeles?
Los Angeles kuna nini?
Kuna hizi riots, guys are fighting cops.
Manze. Steto inagonga tu na whole.
But nika mimi kukuuliza wewe kuniuliza what's happening ni Sinya. Cheki Isinya kuna kaje? Cheki mimi.
Wewe niulize juu ya Vegas. Nimekuwa Vegas juzi. Niulize juu ya Vegas.
Kuna story ya Vegas. Kuna nini huko?
Vegas, niko nimeenda tu kujibamba.
Ulienda magambling nini?
Best yangu na kuzo wangu. Hiyo mtaa ni crazy.
Vegas ni desert.
Deadly. Nevada is a desert, yes. Unaingia hapo hivyo kwanza kwa airport ni makasino unakutana tu na slot machines.
So that place is just a sin city.
So Vegas was built by
mafia money.
Mafias. Yeah.
Was it built to clean their money?
I'm not sure about that, but I know it's it'll go built.
If you use deductive thinking, I think that's it.
That was the idea.
Yeah, cause you have all this illegal money. How are you gonna clean it up? So you build a casino.
Casinos are everywhere. Nakwambia kuna slot machines from airports.
Toki na Vegas unabeba tu doza kugamble ama?
Unabeba doza kugamble. There is, of course,
strippers.
Mongerization.
The stripping community is serious.
But sasa shida idea. Sijui niseme hapa hivi, of course, parents might watch.
Which parents?
My folks.
Oh, your folks?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, my parents.
But
I didn't.
Nilikuwa nafikiri unasema parents au chief.
Zinasema wazazi wangu. But the adult clubs, gentlemen's clubs. I didn't enjoy them in Vegas. The dancers are a bit greedy.
How's that?
Nimeingia tu hivi, someone is over me and
okay. Hakuna hata time ya kukaa chini.
Hey man, a lap dance is $40.
So anaingia na kuforce uchukue lap dance.
I'm see akuforce.
Yeah, but you've imposed yourself.
Man, I'm like,
can you tell her maze relax?
Breathe too. In fact, the stage is there. Unafaa ukwe kwa stage.
Check it. You guys kuna siku maze tumeenda na boy wangu stag party you guys. Boy wetu alikuwa na marika. So you guys maze tumeorganize stag party, tuko hapo my boys in a caveman you guy.
Yeah.
So umsameke wakiti hapo katikati ya hiyo bash akuje saa atuakiwe yake yote na madem You guy, one of those chicks had a wound on her butt, a scar you guy across her butt cheek like this.
Wacha.
Nika alikuwa amepigwa panga ya rasa you guy. You guys msali alikuwa disgusted eh. Kioni madem gani basi mnaniletea hapa hivi. You guys ali reject your lap dance you guys. Alisema wacha tu tu watch.
Notice the, how to, and this is I don't do. I'm a changed fella. You know, this is way back when I was a bit younger than what I am. Eh? So you notice a trick. Again, like a strip club. So you have to pay for a private lap dance.
Yeah.
So what you do is be the private lap dance. You just call the dancer, tell them, hey, I just want you to dance,
to hang around
here, dance over me.
Oh, okay.
And, and then I'll tip you. So utapata utatip the money that you're supposed to pay, and the lap dance will be long.
Oh, okay. You huko ndani kwa nini how much? Ni how long? Nani how much?
What maybe like, for example, in Vegas is 2 songs, $40.
Serious? 2 songs you guys?
2 songs, $40.
Maze mimi naingia hapo na rumba moja serious.
Now the problem is
check it, rumba non-stop. Check, this song is not ending.
The problem is where you're not the one controlling the music.
So that's part of the deal,
chief.
Damn, it's a play you guys.
Capitalism.
Yeah. So the DJ is in it.
Yes.
So anajua ngoma hizi last more than 3 minutes.
The ngoma sasa wewe ni DJ una mix. Wewe ni ngoma gani umesikia DJ ameacha ikacheza hadi mwisho hata hapa. We have way better DJs.
Yeah, that's true guys. That's interesting. Hey,
so they don't tell you time ni yenyewe wewe unaamua like 15 minutes. Sema like $100.
But I think those things are marketed so well, but when you get there it's underwhelming.
Umeenda kwa gani wewe?
Nairobi West. No, yenyewe kuna wengine nilienda. Me, I'm talking about the American ones. The local ones are a bit crass.
In Houston, I know they're a bit crass. There's Houston, utajibamba.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. In DC, I know they strip naked and all that stuff, but Houston is.
But you're not allowed to touch, though. That's a role.
You're not allowed to touch.
You're not allowed.
No, in the Jungus strip clubs, you are not allowed to touch.
Oh, the black Americans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
State homes, a place was. I love what Jungu najua ukienda kwa Jungu hawana.
Yeah, true. Yeah. The Mobalina ngai. Tiki Mobalina ngai yako ni ndogo.
You know, that's the thing. And then niko boring, kuna too much order huko.
There's no chaos.
No, mimi nataka manze na stage tunapata not can get.
No forget.
Napendulio hapo hivyo I'm doing.
So unasema Las Vegas haiko kubamba.
The Gentleman's Club for sure they were a bit underwhelmed.
But that aside, nini ilikubamba your place?
Oh, your place. Just everything. There's a bit of every city in there. Unapata, so utapata there is the famous walk, is it Hall of Fame or Walk of Fame? The one is in California.
Oh, okay.
Iko hapo, there's a street with a fake one. There's the Eiffel Towers, the Paris one.
Oh, okay.
There's the New York building.
All right.
Yeah, there's just everything.
It's created for tourism, more or less.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I think it gets up like 50 million plus people a year.
Oh, okay.
Tourists.
But I like the way you're in the States and you also travel.
I try travel.
Because there are guys who go there, they stay in the same states to their death.
Traveling is very important. That's why I even tell my friends, if you get a chance to travel. Inakufungua in a way that, just inakufungua tu.
So do you like have a budget for this year and in the place X, Y, and Z?
Azi.
Ama unaenda tu off the cuff?
Mimi ni ndume. Travel kama wanaume.
Tuende tukiendanga you guys.
Kama the Vegas trip, that thing wasn't even planned.
Muli drive ama muli fly?
Muli fly down there.
Me, I'd like to. There's another train I read about which goes across the states. I'd like to come and to me that train.
Maybe Amtrak.
It goes from states, from coast to coast.
I think it's an Amtrak.
So natokanga I think New York.
Yeah, inaitwa Amtrak. Yeah.
Joe Biden mazee alikuwa anaitwa Amtrak Joe. Unajua hivyo?
Sijui.
Si alikuwa anatumia Amtrak daily.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, bana.
Akienda wapi tu wapi?
Si akina job. Akienda hapo Washington mazee kuingia mboka.
Nasikia hata kulikuwa na auto pen ilikuwa ina sign.
No, nasema akiwa Yanga. That guy has been around since the 1800s,
I don't lie him. amekula chumvi.
He's been living, you guy.
Amekula chumvi. But no, hizi story ya kuplan una miss out on a lot of things. Just
yeah, this year I plan to travel quite a bit.
Yeah, toka tu
kwanza nikimaliza hii deni ya mother, you guy. Maze mimi naanza kutembea, you guy.
Madeni ya Thaombao wanafanya ustembe.
Iga yo deni imenishikilia, you guy. Haugenipata Kenya, you guy.
Thaombao inafanya.
Take Omwami siko area, bro. Haukuona? Mimi nimeenda.
Nakupigia abuda hata ndo naamka ashira. Kwani huko Kenya? Maze nimeenda huko Antarctica.
Wait, maze. So how long are you around for, man?
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
You've been around for how long?
For about 2 weeks, I think, a week or 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Relationship inaendelea in a nutshell.
Relationship inanibamba.
You guys, you're doing long distance, right?
Yeah.
How are you working it out, man? Mimi hata na kudate dem akokite ni noma.
Kwa sababu
check uko wapi hapo kuna makelele?
So uko na insecurity. Na hizo insecurity.
So meaning you can't be insecure when you're in long distance.
Yeah, you cannot.
Maybe you can be, but you just need to learn how to manage it.
Yeah.
Because that thing is a natural.
That's the story. Yeah.
It's a natural reaction.
Personally, I'm saying insecure.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, very insecure.
Yeah.
But mrembo nakwambia ni aje. I think communications. Ukipata a partner that properly communicates the insecurities, you know. Yeah. And then me, it's not I don't choose to be insecure. So from when I was a kid, I was a miscreant, right? So I've been forced to always over-explain myself.
Oh, okay.
Right? So most of the time, I end up creating lies to please the people. When you alikuwa force put my dad, my teachers and all that. So nowadays, mtu akiniambia ukweli, wanga simuamini.
Oh, okay.
I think it's something I'm working on it. Na mtu akiniambia uongo or nimeconcoct something in my mind that okay, this thing is this when it should be this way and this is how it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then you guys have been here for an hour. I think I'll let you go.
Now imepita.
Yeah, imepita na ikapita.
Hata tumeongea hata tumemaliza kuongea kweli.
You guys bana, hiyo ndio inakuanga kwa hizo
mapo. Umechoka. Wewe najua uko na some.
No, najua nafaa kuna kitesa hii. Alafu kesho asubuhi mazee nafaa kurudi, you guys.
Buda, but your journey ni refu.
Your journey mazee. I'm looking for a place around. But I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah.
I'm taking my time. I've realized if you're desperate for something, you get the wrong thing.
Wewe udai kuhama.
Nataka kuhama. I want a better studio space. We need more space.
Na bado iko sawa.
No, it works. It works, maze.
So hapa hivi na kujanga kukomanga.
You guy. Hii place ni sacred spot, you guy. I think the only guy ashaikomonga hapa ni Bash, lakini ilikuwa demo wake allegedly. Hivyo ndio alisema.
Of course.
But niliwatch hapa with stern warnings. Cheki nyinyi msijaribu kufanya kitu juu ya hii kiti.
Sema Mwafa alisema yake hakuna.
Alisema hivyo?
Au kusikia? I think alisema kitu kama I don't know. I think it was in kwa podcast yake na Kibe. Ati ni space yenye.
No, it's a sacred spot.
Yeah.
So Bashir alisema walikomonga hapa down kwa kiti. Kwa nini kwa mattress? But me, I wouldn't. It's a you guys come through. But then you guys, I wanted to say this on camera. Shout out to you for supporting this pod.
Wewe ni mtu.
You guys unajua umetusupport tangu you guys kitambo umetuletea sijui mic.
Nikisikiza.
Kuna time mazee ulitulipia rent fulani ilikuwa imetupeleka mbio, you guys. So I wanted to appreciate you on this in front of the nziges, you guys bana.
Na wama nzige wakuja hapa kina walikuwa wanaitwa nani?
Moz hiyo group yetu ya breakfast banter ndio ilikuwa inatuconnect.
Rudisha X special.
Mimi na kwanga nimelala.
Mbaya rudisha. Si nimekushow story.
Beda mazee anani handa hiyo story ya breakfast banter.
Si urudishe, hata mimi nimeshinda nikikwambia.
But mimi urudisha alafu niko peke yangu hapa.
Si ujoni.
Ma table moza. Check aje table moza.
Alienda wapi boy zako?
Si yuko tu.
No, but rudisha your breakfast.
We had formed some sort of
hapo tulikuwa
group. And then it was such a dynamic group. You're in the States, Paul the Black ako Australia na DJ Moz. Mimi niko Kite.
Ken Beda ana run.
Ken Beda ko Voi. You guys tunafaa kurudisha hiyo kitu.
Ana run strip club Voi. No, that's a joke.
Alikuwa na run sijui twerking night.
But
You guy. But it was very therapeutic.
It was actually. It was. Hiyo time hata nilikuwa, hiyo time na mrembo wangu nilikuwa okay. So nilikuwa naambia mrembo acha nakupigia kiasi, acha ni.
Oh. Yeah. I'm sure alikuwa na choke.
But of course.
I tell you what killed breakfast band, hata mimi nilikuwa na mrembo fulani weird. Hakuwa anataka niamke asubuhi kupiga show you guys.
Sijui mrembo anakuwa.
Check where you going, we need to cuddle. Check mimi. Mimi nataka kupiga breakfast band.
Sisikia Kibe alisema kama uja make it buda, kama uja make it uko na demo nini?
Ochana wa
uko na demo nini?
Unafikira mbona hii pod siku hizi ni consistent hivyo?
Okay, single.
Cause niko solo you guys. I'm just editing and posting you guys.
Ujangukia mtu mzee?
No, but for real, it's harder to do, especially when you're building up something from zero.
Yeah. And
you guys, you need to give it like 100% attention true. You guys.
That's why building a business and maintaining a relationship ukuwa bit kidogo.
If you read about Bill Gates, his wife Melinda used to complain about the night she used to be alone in the big house and him ako kwa office, yeah?
Because now you have to alafu madem wanapenda sana, attention.
Yeah.
So attention iko kwa bees.
But me, I used to get joy, like I get a lot of joy from doing if I'm in a relationship, yes, nakupenda ndio. But it then mean nikifanya pod that nimeacha kukupenda.
But unajua hata mimi nikirudi hivyo chini huko hivyo naenda
mzee huko kwa shida you guys.
Yani you leave us here for a full hour. You don't even care if
they're wondering what you're doing you guys. Mnaongea story gani very important.
Man, I'm like you even don't care if
so it's a catch-22. You wonder, are you going to be in the relationship or are you going to do? But for me, to be honest, the season I'm in right now ni ya ku build up shit. Like that's where I'm at.
Sio naona inajipa. Na unaenda kuna hapo whiteboard imeandika consistent.
Masio tuliandika January. Tuliandika January mwaka.
Kila wiki na episode.
You every 3 days you guys. Kwanza hii wiki nimelala. Sija post leo nilikuwa na today.
But hii wiki umekuwa
post jana. No, your training nilikuwa na kusema niweka. Alafu ma guest pia walikuwa naingia kwa mitaro sana. But this week it was the job I was doing. Yeah, imeniweka sana. But hii unajua inaingia kesho asubuhi.
Nini?
Hii
kesho asubuhi.
Yeah.
Walai.
This one which we are doing right now.
Weka.
Ndio ni edit alafu niekelee you guys watu waimomunye. So guys, cheers to you. Cheers to this brother man.
Kuna story ngoja nikupigie. Nilikuwa Instagram tu. Na unajua mimi follow some wase tu fulani. So naangalia Instagram na cheki kuna mdema amediscover pod yako. And then akaandika. And it was something Joy. Joy nyana.
Huyu mwenye aliandika sijui Komonga.
I think so.
Ati I discovered
shop fulani. I don't want to desecrate her name.
Okay.
But najua her first name is Joy.
Okay.
Yeah. The second name imenipotea kiasi. But ana run shop fulani inaitwa Pandits, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Puny Crafts. I'm sorry. So Puny Crafts audience yake ni wanajiita Pandits.
All right.
Yeah, akona very very good stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so ndio niko like, hey, okay, like okay. Nianza kujipa.
Oh, you bumped into us somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't bump into her stories on Instagram. Yeah. So nikasoma tu amesema hey, I just discovered Kisiangani.
I think it's weird for you because venye tumetoa hii pod mazee na wase mbali sana you guys.
No, ilinibamba yani.
Yeah, it's for real. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bomba. Mwambie akuje pod.
Nitamwambia his.
Ana run shop fulani inaitwa Puny Crafts.
Oh, okay.
Wataku nini? Wana do easy like merchandise, all that stuff.
Kuna boy fulani lili text juzi anaitwa Kibira or something.
Yeah.
He has a biashara called Handas Juice. So I text him juzi, I'm like, cause anafanyanga he's very into his own business. It's as if he runs it. He does adverts himself. So I text him, I'm like, yo man, I like what you're doing. So you come to the podcast. And he's like, Emmanuel, I know you and I know your podcast. Jeki mimi,
Wani celeb basi.
So you guy mazini kamwambia come through you guy.
But invite that.
But mimi nataka come pia ekele do kwa ipod you guy. So mahandas just tunaweza ekele hapa hivi you guy.
Ushai kula jaba?
Hapana, but nishai kunywa nini? Jabba Juice. Tulikuwa na shoot ad fulani last year.
Uliendesha?
Sikuendesha by the way. I think it was very pure
for the audience. No, wenye waelewi ni kuhara.
You guys nani ajui kuendesha ni nini you guys. So it's I was feeling a buzz here. I've never drank it again.
Yeah.
Because we were shooting all night long.
I see.
So someone told me, so drink Jabba Juice, it'll keep you up.
Yeah.
So I drank, nilikuwa nasikia hapa, it's like a buzz on top of my head. You guys was on, eh? You guys.
By then, nini wine inspire your hairstyle? The mohawk.
A comedian called Godfrey.
Namjua.
Godfrey is one of my favorite comics. So nilimwona nikasema nikaenda na picha yake kwa kinyozi. Cheki achana na hiyo ya Ludicrous. Nimepata mwingine.
Nataka hii. Nashindwa mazee kwanza ile first time kukupata nashindwa mzee anakuanga 40.
Nywele yake iko na shida gani?
Ndio anakupata umetoboa masikio.
Maze hiyo time nilikuwa napitia. Hiyo ilikuwa midlife crisis.
Lakini uko aje sasa?
No, I'm better.
Yeah,
I'm better.
Get better.
Yeah, I'm better now. Although hii relation nilitoka juzi ilinikanganya kiasi, ilikuwa toxic.
Kwani ulitoka kwa relationship?
Bana, si nilikuwa na date dem fulani you guys.
Muda unafanya nini na dem?
Nilikuwa nampenda. Nilikuwa puny. Cheki wewe ni puny.
Wewe ni puny.
So ilikuwa toxic.
Buda mlango yako bado unaingiza mkono hivi ka unaingiza kwa nini ya senye ya ng'ombe. Unafanya nini na dem buda? Unafanya nini na dem?
Ati senye ya dem. Senye ya ng'ombe.
Unaingiza unafungua mlango hivi kama unaingiza kwa senye ya ng'ombe. Buda unafanya nini na dem?
You guy.
But Kibe ni comedian.
Umse ni mnoma. Umse alikuja roast, alitu roast bila script.
Walai.
Bana.
Iliweza?
Iliweza.
He was just talking. Cheki.
Cheki Andrew Kibe clap back yake. He was just being himself.
Iko on Showmax.
Iko on Showmax.
Dalipia hiyo.
Side check you guy. Inaweza sana.
But Buddha,
you guys, thanks for coming through.
Haina mambo.
I'm sure we'll hang out again kabla ishia. Ulitimo neno Monday.
Wewe si wewe uko busy.
So to create two time we to make create leo. Si leo we've made it happen.
Akawapi basi.
Shida ameenda home. Alihama na ishizi sides za Ngong Road.
Hata
that guy is moving up in life you guys.
Ndio. Sasa ameacha nyumba kubwa ameenda kwa bed sitter.
Lakini iko place noma. Ni ndogo lakini surroundings ni kali. Alafu anafika home in 5 minutes. Mimi nafika home in 80 minutes.
Unasema anaendesha range na Pro Box bora tuna drive.
Bana you guys. Mimi naombewa kabla nianze safari. Cheki haya wapendwa abiria, tuombe kabla twende Kitengela. Haya.
Alafu mwingine anaingia wapi? Haya njugu biscuits roll ya mama. Njugu biscuits.
Cheki jumps tatake books. Also na kwanga na range you guy. Jumps tatake books.
Love the cadence. Do what you want. Akin njugu biscuits my ice roll ya mama.
Ati sorry ya mama you guy.
Ujai uzio.
Njugu
biscuits. Like chief. Okay, mama amenunua suruali juzi. Na yeye anakuanga na plug wake. Okay. Njugu biscuits.
Kama hizi chukua njugu guys. Wait bana, you guys, watcha I funga this podcast. You guys, thanks for coming through. Shout out to you maze, all the best ukirudi huko Oteto. I think tutajaribu kupiga hizo
Oteto litokea wapi?
Si hivyo ndio tulikuwa naita states kitambo Oteto. Chikimbo yangu ameenda Oteto bro.
Kuna old dem yako fulani alienda Oteto.
50s. Maze you guy. In fact alini text jana.
Walai?
Bana.
Sasa si nini?
Kaniambia na ni miss yake yote.
Still do long distance.
You guy maze.
Ndio focus on pod.
Ni focus on pod ama ni focus on masimu?
Check
it, so how have you been? How's your day today? Okay, watch a video. Check it. Spenangi video inakuanga bit. Always fanya two things at the same time. No, video calling.
I think age.
You don't mind video?
Miss mind.
Lazima uangalie video you guys, screen you guys. It's a lot of work.
Sasa kile una buy my AirPods ama my headphones.
Okay. Wewe bana, cheers man. See you on the next one.
Tufunge.
You get
shukran manze.
Omwami, you get followed online ama you're a private guy?
sasa na follow online.
Hey, follow him on Breakfast Banter, you guys. Cheers. Wait, remember to become a member of the podcast for only $1. You guys any member ma ujarini, you guys?
I think
uko kwa member, you guys.
Aibu angalia sa I confirm.
I think uko, you guys.
I'm any member.
So become a member from $1 and above. But thanks for supporting the podcast. See you guys on the next one. Bye bye.
Subscribe.
Yake vai kwa chini ni Bashir.
One time. Comedians mazee wanakula poa yenyewe. Comedy inalipa George, ndio?
Inalipa peanuts.